Using cruise control inside of the Honda Prologue is a very straightforward process, and there are two different types of cruise, so it's either adaptive or traditional cruise. Adaptive cruise, you set it at, let's say 100, car in front of you slows down, yours will automatically brake. If they change lanes, you change lanes, it's going to pick you back up to your previously set speed if that space is available. Then there's your old school traditional. So with the normal cruise, if you set it at 100, car in front of you slows down, yours will not brake. So you just have to be paying attention a little bit more. But I'll show you how all of them work, and we're using the buttons along the left-hand side of the steering wheel. So you can toggle the system on by pushing the button there. Then you can see inside of the cluster screen, you've got a little message letting you know that the adaptive cruise control system's turned on. And then you can push down in order to set your speed. You can then increase or decrease 1 kilometer, 1 mile per hour at a time, or you can push and hold down, push and hold up to bring you to the nearest 5 or 0. So let's say if you have it set initially at 37, you push and hold up, it'll bring you to 40, 45, 50, etc. Push and hold down, it would do the opposite. You can hit the brake to cancel your speed, you can hit the little X icon to cancel your speed, and then you can push up to resume your previously set speed. And then the cancel button there, if you push and hold that button, that's going to switch you between the regular cruise, so that old school cruise control, or the adaptive cruise. I honestly just recommend the adaptive cruise control is the best in my opinion, but I know that one comes down to a matter of personal preference. With the adaptive cruise control, there's also a gap adjustment button, so it's how close or far are you away from the vehicle that's in front of you. And there are 3 unique levels that are available. I normally recommend just level 1 on residential streets or stop and go traffic. You might want to be on level 2 or 3 on highways or interstates, just depending on your own personal comfort level. And there's one other system, and that's lane keeping. So down by your left knee, you can toggle that keeping system on or off. Same idea, I do recommend keeping that one turned on. And the reason why is because if the vehicle recognizes the lane markings, it'll go green. It's actually better to see on this screen here. So that icon will go green, and then the lane markings would also go green. And that means that if you start to veer over into another lane without signaling, it'll give you a steering wheel vibration, nudge you back into your lane 2. So the vehicle is not full self-driving, but it gets pretty close at the same time. So let's go through a live demonstration, and I'll show you how the system works. Most of the time, I am going to be on this screen, and then even using the gauges here and understanding them. So as we go to brake, it uses regenerative braking, so you'll notice that the charge gauge drops down. That means that it's capturing charge. As we put our foot down, it's going to go up, means that we're using power instead. Then you've also got a paddle along the left-hand side, and that one is going to be for an active regeneration mode. So when you push that one, it's going to slow the vehicle down. But let's go through, and as of right now, the cruise control system's turned on, and let's actually activate it. And then if I push and hold up, that can bring me up to 50. Can go up or down, 1 kilometer, 1 mile per hour at a time. If I hit the brake, it's going to stop it. I can push up to resume. And then right now you can see I'm coming down to a complete stop because there's a car in front of me at this red light. If you're coming up to a red light though, and there's no car in front of you, the adaptive cruise control system will not brake. So you just have to be paying attention there. So again, in a nutshell, to use it, toggle the system on or off this way. You can then change between adaptive cruise or normal cruise by pushing and holding this button. You can cancel cruise control that way if you'd like. We're at a complete stop, so to keep going, you can hit the accelerator pedal. You can also adjust this at any point. So if it's not speeding up fast enough for you, you can hit the gas pedal at any point in time. You can hit the brake at any point in time and then just push up in order to resume your previously set speed. And then that gap adjustment to figure out how close or far you are away from the vehicle that's in front of you. So it's a relatively straightforward process. If you want full walkthroughs though on the steering wheel buttons, the cluster, or the infotainment, you'll find it down in the description. But again, using it is simple. So if we go back to this screen now, you can see here, so the lane keeping system is currently not recognizing the lane markings. But if it did, that would mean that we're protected from that perspective. It's just that sometimes it picks it up, other times it doesn't. But the adaptive cruise, like I said, in my opinion, works the best because if somebody in front of you does something stupid and you don't realize it, doesn't recognize it, the vehicle is pretty good at picking it up. And I mentioned there, you can override it at any point in time, either by hitting the brake, by hitting the accelerator pedal if it's not speeding up fast enough as well. But that's how you use the adaptive cruise control system inside of the Honda Prologue.